to order the Virginia Public Utilities on July 28, 2025 at 3:30 p.m. Roll call, Mary, please.
Commissioner Hale,
Present.
Commissioner Johnson is absent, Commissioner Bukowski,
Here.
Commissioner Garlick,
Here.
and Commissioner Petrowski is absent.
Okay. We'll move to item number 2, approve meeting agenda. Is there a motion to approve?
I'll move it.
Wait, with the addition of number C under new business of audit report. Okay, motion, is there support?
I'll support it.
Okay, discussion? Being none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries unanimously. We jump to number 4, consent agenda. We need a motion to approve resolution number 5369, approval of payroll, accounts payable, and net payment adjustments. Along with B, approval of regular commission meeting minutes from the June 23rd, 2025 meeting.
Also move.
Okay, okay. Discussion? Being none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. We go to number 5, reports of committees, safety committee, monthly summary injury report. Once again, Greg, we have nothing to report, so, which is fantastic. Now we're gonna jump to 7, new business. I need a motion to approve travel request for 2 line crew staff to attend MMUA overhead school.
I'll make it.
Is there support?
I'll support it.
Okay, any discussion on this one? Well, this is mandatory training, correct?
Yeah, this is part of their apprenticeship program, correct?
Okay, so with that, any further discussion? Being none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried unanimously. Move to new business B, approve travel request for distribution supervisor and 2 service persons to attend a AWWA water conference. Is there a motion to approve?
I'll move.
Is there support?
I'll support.
Okay, discussion? Being none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously.
I should make this thing.
Okay, well, okay, we're gonna move to new business C, which is the audit report. Turning this over to Greg.
Okay, we'll start, yesterday and we'll move back from there. So as everybody knows, yesterday there were some pretty nasty winds that came through the area. We were, pretty fortunate that we only had a small area of town that got affected as far as, trees pulling the primary line down. It was up in the golf course area up there. We got that fixed in short order. And very thankful the city crews were out. Once we got the trees on the ground, they came and cleaned them up right away in short order. But we had 16 house services that got pulled out of the walls. One of which I think they were ready to get online today, but they got all 15 done yesterday. The guys were up for about 10 hours yesterday. But one of them, the only one that they couldn't reconnect, had some major electrical issues where they needed electricians to do some work prior to us powering it up.
Okay.
So as far as the windstorm, we fared pretty well compared to what others dealt with around us. It's pretty nasty. Wednesday last week, there was a lot of issues with some phasing outages from Minnesota Power, Mount Iron, City of Mount Iron. We ended up seeing an effect of that Wednesday afternoon at about 4:30. Again, we had guys hanging around because we knew that there was a lot of issues with the lost phases over there, which, was kind of a bad situation. And sure enough, we ended up losing power, but our guys worked with MP and got that up and going as quickly as we could. And then
Could I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Just for my understanding, at the American, half of our building worked and half of it didn't. But tons of people were asking me what's going on, and that wasn't exclusive to our building. And there were other buildings across town that had that same issue.
I had the same issue in my house.
Could you explain what happened with that?
Maybe you can explain in better detail, but it's,
when you lose one of your phases, you only have, it can make up that, shall I say that, 240 volts that are required. So you have 120 coming into the house rather than, the 240.
so it's almost like, I always say it's like partial power.
Yeah.
It's my house, same thing, the lights work, but the ones that did were really dim.
Okay.
And even the floor fan that my son had running in his room was just barely moving.
Okay.
We did lose power for a couple hours there, but,
Would it be, now, I'm just being simplistic here, but I'm assuming there's a neutral line or maybe a ground and two.
Neutral and 2 hots.
Okay, and each hot is 120, and so only one of those lines was servicing power, is that what was happening?
That was, yes, basically. The 3-phase I'm not that familiar with.
Okay.
What I described was a single, like Greg's situation where 120 in their house.
So then when they put out the notice about electrical motors, there was potential issues for a 2-phase versus a 3-phase electrical motor?
Yeah, 3-phase, it's stuff on a motor
Okay.
or anything, compressor or anything. It requires 3-phase power.
and we were just talking about this, we had the same issue from our feed a few years ago, and we had, units that were burning up.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because of that.
Motor,
effect
yeah,
on the
the
motor.
motor overheats, so I think it's trying to draw more amperage and just there to operate correctly.
Yeah, we had the fire department chasing their tail that storm. It was
Oh, yeah.
pretty bad, or that outage. So anyway, yeah, they're somehow, and I don't wanna get too technical, but I was told that, the power was somehow arcing over connection. So it took a long time to figure that out and to get it squared away over there. So, again, we did have some effects. It took down the Alcott sub, which, connects the hospital and a lot of this, College Park area by the college.
Okay.
But again, we had our guys on site, so we were able to work with MP and get that up and going as prompt as we could.
Do we have that interconnection with Mount Iron yet? Or is that separated on Hoover Road?
It's there in an emergency,
Okay,
but now they feed off of that new Walmart sub, that whole area.
okay, because I know we used to sell the energy to West Virginia.
Yeah, did the line go over right by the American?
Yep.
And I know it's unique there because, the American sometimes will not have power, but the sawmill will.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's just,
Yeah, it's different, but we used to sell their energy
okay,
over in that direction.
thank you for that.
Anything else? Oh, go ahead.
How many connections do we have coming in from MP? Hibbing was in the paper stating they only had one connection coming in, and if that fails, Hibbing's out.
Well, we have, if you're familiar with the intersection of Highway 169 and 53, just to the north, on the west side of the highway, just to the north is that huge electrical
Yes.
substation. We have 304, 305, 306. We have 3 feeds out of that huge substation. So we're actually fed from 3 different feeds. So 304 is the Ridgewood sub.
Right.
306 comes right here to the plant. That's where we're putting in the new distribution center.
Right.
305 actually goes all the way up the flyway to the new P&H. So we're able to, if we do have an outage on one, we're able to help out from the others.
And then Midway's fed off their own
Their own sub.
substation, Midway.
Where is that one?
It's on Borgen Road. So if you're headed towards Gilbert, you take a right on Borgen Road. Right before you get to the entrance into Midway off of Borgen Road, on the left, there's a substation right there.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Yep. So we actually, that's a good, we have 4 different.
We have Stavers too. Then we have a substation there at Stavers.
Yeah, but those are fed off of the 304, 305, 306.
So basically we have 4.
and then Midway.
Okay,
Thank you.
okay, anything else?
Well, and then we had, what was it, the prior Friday, we had a 3-hour outage at about 5 or 6 at night. It was right after a fast, heavy rain.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
And I left work here and West Chestnut was flooded. And, we ended up with an outage that night. And what it ended up being is there was a construction hit of a neutral that we were unaware of. And the water flooded everything out to where the neutral was underwater where it was nicked. So it took quite a long time to find and remedy the situation. It was a 3-hour outage on Friday afternoon to much of Southside, which had us all pretty panicked because of the issues that we've had with all these major storm events happening, in that area specifically. So
That was our 23 kV to 306, to this transformer in our backyard, right? That 23 kV,
my understanding, it was somewhere
or was it on our 13?
somewhere near Kennard. Know which feet it was on or what have you. I do not know.
Yeah, because our 13.8 falls the same. Well, anyways, we got that fixed, so.
Yeah. So again, I just wanted to kind of go through them. I know you're all aware of them, but kind of let you know what we've been dealing with. So.
Well, maybe when the time's appropriate, and I wouldn't recommend any time soon, maybe time in the summer months, but maybe in the newsletter, you can write a synopsis, so why certain things happen, related to, because I would have never known to turn off anything with an electric motor with a phase condition.
And typically, like residential housing isn't a real big issue.
No,
It's the big 3-phase
it's
stuff.
a 3-phase.
Like when it happened to us a few years ago, like I said, the fire department was jumping. It was all kind of in the downtown district, the people that had the big 3-phase motors that, were
Top
starting to
air
burn up.
conditioners and stuff, yeah.
Where it's not a fun issue.
Right.
I can remember a grocery store that got hit with a deal where they were missing one leg and the motors were trying to run on the refrigeration, burned up.
Yeah,
I mean, there was still power.
yeah, there's power, it'll try, but it ain't the same, I mean,
Yeah.
it's working. Like I said, I'm not that familiar with the 3-phase, if it goes single phase, but. Okay, anything else, Greg, and maybe, how about the steam system in between being flooded?
Well, the steam crews right now, when we have these flash floods or whatever, we do our best to get out and pump those down because in my next report on operations update, should we just move there?
Yeah, let's move.
In operations update, we're running about 18,000 pounds per hour of steam off of one boiler, alternating every couple of weeks. But during the rain events, we're pumping out about 35,000 pounds per hour because our system gets flooded. So you've probably seen our crews, along 6th Avenue, pumping out of steaming manholes and trying to dry that out. But, to save us on all that excess steam as
Right,
well.
and I'm sure we're developing more leaks in the system due to all that flooding too. Yeah,
So it's just been a crazy summer. I mean, we started off with the initial flood, which was terrible. In a couple of days, we got 3 inches more. We had 7 inches of rain within a 4-day span. Like I said, the one Wednesday we had the big rains that I think it rained for 40 minutes, and I drove up West Chestnut, and the whole street was pretty much underwater. The events we've had have been pretty significant. So.
Yes, well, compliments to the crews.
Yes.
Both yours and the city crews. Yesterday by 9 o'clock, I heard chainsaws running all over my neighborhood, and so the guys were out working. So.
Well, they did a great job of helping our crews because, we have to cut everything away from the line, get it away from the work, and be able to reconnect the people. And they were working right with us to clean it up as we went. So,
for our crews to be out for 10 hours under that heat, that humidity, I mean, that speaks big volumes, so we gotta give them one. Okay, is there anything else, Greg?
well, just under other discussion, I just want to maybe the commission should just send their, thoughts to, our two commissioners that are out with some health issues right now to, Jim and Bruce, and take record of that.
Do we, I know I've gone this road before, but, other than the vending machine money, do we have the ability to send a plant on behalf of the public utilities to them or something?
Yeah, we typically do, but it's, usually for, if it stems far enough, like other issues, the funerals or something, we always do an arrangement for, not only employees, retired employees, commissioners, and families, what have you.
But again, our crew's been out there when we need them, Greg, and maybe you should, send a letter out recognizing their effort and everything else. I mean, could you draft something like that or something? Just so
Yeah,
we really appreciate
I'll put something together from the commission.
that.
Yeah, it's certainly been,
No, it's not. I mean, to be out in that heat and humidity yesterday was just unbelievable.
Yeah, and you know what, to get those 15 services reconnected, I mean, that's a good day. Plus the primary that came down.
Primary, but everything else, it seems like one thing after another, so it's not letting up. So, does any other, you have something?
how are we doing on our Rock Ridge gas line, natural gas line? Did they get that done?
I'm assuming they did. I know they started and it wasn't a very big project, but I will definitely report to you at the next meeting.
I was just curious.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's done because we had a timeline to get it moved and out of the way up there.
Yeah, it's tough driving around that area.
That's why I wondered. They claim they're gonna be out of there, whatever that means, by school start, and whatever isn't done waits till next year. Now, I don't know if it's just lip service or if it's for real.
We gotta have something in place for the school buses to roll, so.
Yeah.
Okay, Jim, you have anything else to add?
No, thank you.
Okay. Well, this meeting
Oh, do we need a motion to
to
adjourn?
adjourn? Is there a motion to adjourn?
I'm with it.
I'll second.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, meeting is adjourned. Thank you.